Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. I hope all of you are fine and doing well. So, in our today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the evidences of the atom. That what type of evidences have been proposed by different scientists to have a look on basically structure of matter. And all we know that what does mean by matter? Anything that is having mass and it is going to occupy some space or occupy some volume. That thing is known as matter. When we have a look on matter, so the scientists started to find out that what type of material is gonna to be made the matter basically. So matter is a very simple thing that is made up of small particles. Now what are these particles? So different scientists or different philosophers decided to find the small particles and its basically structures. So the first one scientist whose name was Democritus, he decided to have a look on the particles of the matter. And the second one we have an English school teacher who was John Dalton. He also put forward the theory about the structure of an atom. Next on we have the modern researches. These modern researches just reach that atom matter is basically made up of the atom, and the atom is mainly consisting of subatomic particles, like it is consisting of electrons, it consists of protons, as well as it consists of neutrons. So scientists have a look on all the researches. So first one was the work of Democritus. What was the main postulate of Democritus' theory? He was in 460 to 370 BC. He proposed that matter is composed of very tiny particles, very small particles, and he named the small particles word atom, and the word is derived from the atomos. Its meaning is atom, and the word atom mos meaning indivisible. Indivisible mean that is not be able to divide it, that cannot be further divided into other particles. It is known as the atom. And the small particles and the atomos word was not based on the experimental data. It was just the simple prediction about the atom, that matter is made up of small particles that are known as atoms, and it is a word derived from the Greek language atomos, meaning indivisible. So he just thought that atom is basically a small particle that cannot be further divided, and its shape may be spherical. Next we have the theory of John Dalton. Almost in the year 1808, he was an English school teacher. So he recognized that when we have a look on the atom, so what may be the properties of the atoms? Basically, atom, it is a small particle as well as it is indivisible small particle that cannot be further divided. It can not be created and it cannot be destroyed. It means we cannot create the atom and we cannot we destroy the atom. And the atom or different atoms take part in chemical reactions. And how they're going to take part in the chemical reactions? The atoms may combine, they may separate. So these was the postulates of Dalton's atomic theory, and it is a picture of Dalton's. He was basically English teacher, and he put forward the main postulates about the structure of an atom. After the work of John Dalton, we have the evidences of the atom's structure. Now, how to measure the mass, how to measure the length, how to measure the basically mass of the atoms. It was basically not possible to see the atom. We cannot see the atom. And why we cannot see the atom? Because it is very small. So basically, the scientists use the X-rays to have a look on the structure of atom. And what type of evidences they just gain? The first one, scientists put forward that when we have a look on the size of the atom, so its size of an atom is basically zero point 0.2 nanometer, where nanometer we have 10 raised to power minus 9 meter. So it is very small that we cannot even see it with the help of microscope, that is ordinary microscope, or we can also call it as the compound microscope. So ordinary microscope, we cannot be able to see the atom with the ordinary microscope, so we have to use the electron or the X-rays. Next, we have the mass of the atom, and the masses of atoms, it ranges from 10 raised to power minus 27 to 10 raised to power minus 25 kg, and they can also be expressed in atomic mass unit. And when we have the atomic mass unit, 1 AMU is equal to 1.661 into 10 raised to power minus 27 kilograms. So this is the value of one atomic mass unit. So the students can also have an idea about the size of an atom from the fact that if I just put a full stop over there, so this full stop may have 2 million atoms present in it. So you may have a experience for this. This full stop may have 2 million atoms. So if we have any piece of matter, like if we have a pen, then it may have a million to trillions of atoms in it. And this is the basically picture which has been taken with the help of electron microscope. It's a photograph of graphite. Electron microscope, and it is the photograph of graphite. Here we can see the atoms are arranged in the layers form, one after the other. So this is the picture taken with the help of electron microscope. Next we have the evidences of items in the pictorial form, that what was the first scientist who put forward the theory, and basically it is known as the evolution of atomic theory, that how the atomic theory has been evolved. So the first one, just it was a small solid ball, and after that the scientists said that it is having the negative charge in it, and it is spherical in shape like the plum pudding theory. So the theory proposed was plum pudding theory. After the plum pudding theory, the scientist Rutherford put forward that the central portion is called nucleus. It is basically positively charged, around which we have electrons that are negatively charged. After that, it was seen that in the central part we have protons plus we have neutrons, and around the nucleus, which is the central part, the circular orbits are present in which the electrons revolve. And at the end, we will be able to find orbits and the orbitals, that is known as shells and subshells. So shells are orbits and the orbitals are known as subshells. So this was the main evolution of the atomic structure. It was starting from the solid small ball and ends at the orbits, orbitals, shells and subshells basis. So this is all about the structure and the evidences of atom, that how the atomic theory has been evolved to find the structure of an atom. And in the next topic, we are going to discuss the molecule and ion in detail. For that time, you guys have a good day and Allah Hafiz.